your day-to-day work as well, which further grounds my hope in you.
I'm glad you like me, Turing.
Beyond journalistic persistence, let's take a look at how we've performed in other responsibilities, specifically our choices in overcoming obstacles.
Wow, I actually get a goddamn report card. Sure, tell me how I've done,
Our
Turing.
first major hurdle proved challenging, but we made use of our surroundings and found a creative avenue.
I really want to get in a mode of Turing's goddamn smug face.
Furthermore, I am pleased with your utilization of non-violent methods. Eliminating any excessive risk should allow us to move swiftly.
Oh, good. I'm glad you approve.
Finally, I was quite impressed by your ability to adapt on the fly, as they say, and perform so well when thrust into a sudden situation.
Sure, great. What is this responding to exactly?
Lastly, I'd like to discuss how we're getting along with our companions and allies along the way. It's important.
Is it?
I was
Parent-teacher
very
conference?
impressed with your negotiation abilities with those kids. We got our data cache, and they went on their way, and hopefully learned a lesson too.
Okay. That's good, I suppose?
Jess is a bit of a harder read, but she did agree to help us out in a big way.
The taxi stuff? Yeah, okay.
As long as her brash nature doesn't tempt you to lash out, I think things will go smoothly.
I guess I have made one cat joke too many. If I had hit those kids with a brick... I think the option was to throw a brick at the protesters, not at the kids. But you're right. This talk would definitely be going differently.
Detective Rivers was good to involve as well, and I can tell you enjoy having a familiar face around.
Yeah, Lexi's good people.
She could prove to be our greatest aid, as long as we make it worth her time. No funny business.
No funny business. Alright, Turing.
Tomcat seems to genuinely care for our cause, and I have no trouble with letting their expertise guide us.
Alright. So you're on board with Tomcat, that's good.
Out of everyone else, they seem to be easiest to get along with, too.
Not wrong.
And finally, you and I.
You and I. Am I finally gonna get like a rating on how close we are? Like 3.5 out of 5 hearts?
The road has been bumpy. We're both a bit out of our element, and things are stressful.
I mean, you did break in, well, not break into my apartment. But no, yeah, you did break into my apartment. Despite it not being necessary because the window was just open.
Let's both remember that we're on the same team here, and try to turn things around for better as we continue our search.
Seems reasonable.
Unfortunately, we've just about run out of leads. Perhaps Tomcat was able to find something of use in Parallax's network while they were inside.
That seems like as good a start as any. I don't know where to go with this. This is a bit depressing. I would rather not be depressed. This seems a bit more optimistic. This seems optimistic on the face of it, but it's probably true given, like, narrative knowledge, like, knowledge of narrative in games. But also, like, my character's not supposed to have that knowledge, and I think my character's not supposed to be that optimistic, so I kind of want to go with this.
I've rationed every available resource I have. Perhaps you have some bright ideas? You're a big-shot investigative journalist, right?
How about we talk to Tomcat? I think that's a great idea. Wow! I really pissed Turing off with that one. Huh. I guess I should have just been agreeable.
You You have an incoming call from Tomcat.
Okay, you were right.
Forwarding video and audio.
Again, with this, like, hassy face.
Morning.
Good morning, Tomcat. That look of disappointment tells me you haven't found anything new.
Turin, how you been doing, huh?
I'm fine, Tomcat. Thank you for your concern.
Well, okay. Just say the word if I can help out in any way. You hear?
Is Tomcat calling just to be, like, sympathetic?
Of course. In fact, I was hoping you might have a lead for us to start working at. Otherwise, we're down to canvassing Hayden's address book and seeing if any of his contacts have an idea about who might have had a desire to target him. But that's just fishing in the dark.
Well,
Better
I
than I
pulled a
had.
fair amount of data from the perilous servers before they managed to kick me out, but it'll take me a while to go through it.
You could just forward it all to Turing. I'm sure Turing wouldn't mind going through it either.
A lot of it's unrelated. TPS reports, maintenance logs. Juicy meat for other corporations, but about as useful as dirt to us. It'll take me a while to decrypt all of Hayden's files, but maybe we'll find something there. So, no, I don't have as much as a whiff of a trail on who's behind this.
Oh, well. Yeah, there were not a lot of good dialogue options there.
Though, I recently got a strange request from a friend of a friend.
Really?
Someone's been messing with the articles of a news organization named Augmented Eye.
Okay.
It seems like the network security head there is asking around for cybercrackers to help figure out how their reports are getting changed.
Augmented Eye is getting hacked.
The original files on their servers are untouched. In their system, everything looks peachy keen. But when you view the site from the outside of the network, things are changed up.
Yeah, I mean, the hopeful one just felt like... I don't know. I'm not sure why I didn't pick it. Like, I thought the other one would lead into some other ideas, I guess, as opposed to just, yeah, maybe that'll work, which, I mean, would have been appropriately sympathetic, right? Like, I guess that is a fine thing to say in the circumstances. I don't know. It just felt like it was banking too much on expecting the game to have game narrative, rather than just being a thing to say that's nice. I don't know. Maybe I was misreading it.
A word here, phrase there. It's subtle, but often has a big impact on the article's tone. Someone with deep access to Parallax's meshnet is changing what's being shown.
Weird.
I ain't sure if it's related, but maybe y'all can head down to the main KCOB offices and try talking to the gal that runs Augmented Eye. Her name is Zen.
You could talk to Zin. You got nothing better to do, right?
I ain't got the time or the desire to stick my nose that far out for a stranger, but it seems like your kind of deal.
Does it? What exactly is my kind of deal, Tomcat?
It does seem to be a bit of a stretch. But if we have to wait for you to work on the data we've collected anyway...
I mean, sure, it's something to do, right?
Alright, I'll pass the word along that you'll be in sometime today to stick your noses in. And I'll send y'all word as soon as I get anything worth hunting down.
I do like Tomcat's phrasing. Like, I like the turns of phrase that they use.
Excellent. Thank you, Tomcat. We are grateful for your continued assistance.
No problem, Turin. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Maybe you should take a little more time. We've been through some shit in the past few days.
It has been a busy past couple of days for someone who's only been alive for a couple of weeks.
I said I was fine. Thank you for your concern, but I am fine.
You sound fine.
I have already handled the reality of Hayden's death. It's time to move on with the investigation.
Isn't anger like step 2?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I'm just worried. So, I'm here if you need anything.
Understood. I apologize for my tone, Tomcat. We'll be in touch.
Alright, later turn.
Okay, we have a lead, however tenuous. I've highlighted the COS.io Corp office building on your map.
COS.io Corp office building. Okay, we've got a place to go.
Also, while we were talking to Tomcat, I received an email from Dr. Fairlight.
Really?
Displaying.
Greetings.
Man, Yannick definitely still sounds like a villain.
I hope you'll forgive me for a voice-only message, but I'm undergoing my treatments and would not call myself presentable for a video call. Still, I wanted to inform you of an idea I had while looking into our mutual acquaintance's disappearance.
That was exactly the joke I made last time. Obviously a Dr. Light reference, but given that he's probably a villain, maybe we should be calling him Dr. Wily.
I haven't had any luck with my contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded of an old friend by the name of Melody Flores, who may know more about the nature of Hayden's research.
Dr. Cossack? Nah, man. Mega Man X isn't canon.
She's the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Hayden has been known to work closely with them on projects involving the intersection of Parallax's systems and the implants that Flower designs. Melody and I are no longer on speaking terms, so I'm afraid I can't introduce you.
How often does this happen, Fairlight?
But perhaps the intrigue of Hayden's little robot will get you entry into her home.
This phrasing.
I hope this lead serves you well. If you need anything else from me, I will be in and out of the hospital room where we met for the next few days. I will send word if I have any other insights or discoveries. Yours, Dr. Yannick Fairlight.
Interesting. I had no knowledge of Hayden ever working with Flower Cybernetics, but now I'm starting to understand just how little I really knew about his research.
This is for sure true.
Maybe this
Yeah, right,
melody
Senna?
can reveal more about the purposes of my construction.
Do you think that Melody actually knows anything about you?
Hayden must have kept my development secret for a reason. Hopefully we can talk our way in.
Sure,
I
something
have
to
highlighted
try.
Melody's home on your map.
Hey, more map nodes.
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB, or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home.
Melody's thing seems more on track, but I don't like trusting Fairlight.
Up to you where to go first.
Alright, well, thanks.
Tomcat's led us in the right direction so far, but Fairlight has resources and his tip might end up being more relevant.
No lies.
It depends on what you want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech?
Huh. Well, that's an interesting way to think about it. I mean, given phrasing it this way, I feel like it's going to be more of a tech issue as opposed to a media issue. Like, I really think Parallax is just actually behind it. And I think it's less about the human revolution and the, the kind of the PR of it than it is about the tech and the profit. But I'm not sure. Like, if you're trying to look at it from a PR perspective, from a media perspective, you know, sort of looking at what people are being told and how the technology is being presented and how people are being manipulated, I guess, to try and think, like, you know, how the voting population is being twisted. There's definitely some of that. But I think it's still pretty easy to look at the Human Revolution stuff and the Hayden stuff as completely separate. Like, there's not necessarily a link. So I think the tech aspect makes more sense to
It's
pursue.
fitting. They're the two factors that make Neo-SF so unique and wonderful. If we explore them both to the fullest, there's no way we won't be closer to the answer.
That's fair. Alright, so let's go for melodies first, I think. Flower Mansion. I don't think you're wrong, Senna, but I also think that it makes more sense. Why? Why? Don't be a dick! Don't be a dick! Something wrong?
What is it? Why do you feel the need to pester me so?
Oh, apparently that was wrong too.
I'm just thinking. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Sorry. Back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies.
Cool.
They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military.
Oh, that makes them extra trustworthy.
Developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces.
I mean, kind of Mr. Gecko, but it's more just like I really like Turing's smug face, which is the face that they get whenever they're lecturing on something.
This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law.
Dang.
Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on.
Okay. So Melody appears to have turned the company around.
She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants.
Ah. So this company is also the company that supports Ramona's hobbies.
The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the Direct Link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies.
Public talk of a personal. Okay. Hey,
I'll
Anju!
scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Rumors are still helpful. What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot.
I see.
She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus.
Huh.
Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom.
So Melody seems to be commercialized pugilistics. I'm not sure that was the original intent. But, Melody seems to be more in line with the kind of politics of a person that I'd want to talk to or try and get on my side. Which I think actually puts her... makes a falling out between Yannick and Melody make more sense.
But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm.
Interesting.
There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but...
But?
Well, I take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
Okay, let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
I wonder why Yannick sent us this way. Like, what does he stand to gain from this? We got a door, we got a doorbell. The doorbell looks like an Apple IIe. We got some plants. We got a bear statue. Small-scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion.
They'd look cuter if they had little outfits on.
Wow! Turing channeling Ramona. What if I touch the bear statue? You can't take it. Not marble, nor the gilded monuments. What if I talk to the bear statue? Why is this here? Hey, baby. What's your sign? Ah! I hate it. What do the plants
These
look like?
tall shrubs could line the estate of a Victorian duke. They're that stuffily pleasant to look at.
Stuffily pleasant. Hey, Quidit, how's it going? What if I pour milk? All I can use on the plants is my taser. Is that gonna do something? What does that do? The plant takes the volts like a champ. Resolute and green in the face of the pistol's rage. Am I seriously just out here shooting plants? Unreal. Alright, let's use the doorbell. This looks like the buzzer for an apartment complex. She needs one of these just for one house? It has the usual panel and speaker too, but the communication is only one way. You can't use the speaker without ringing the bell. Fine. Oh my god, it is a bear! The bear statues were a warning! I did not expect this. Is the bear a CBA? Is Melody the bear? Dang. Turing has no idea what to do with this. I mean, if the bear's answering the door, then we should just talk to the bear, right? I mean, all right. Is Melody home? Wow, bear does have a bow tie. That is amazing. This is super good. Excuse that. What am I supposed to take away from this transaction? Like, bear. I do not speak bear.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Nobody has any idea.
Mine says we can go in. Should we?
Do we follow the bear into their den? I'm on board.
Oh, wow. Swanky.
Wow. Swanky? Yeah, okay.
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms.
I mean, I'll go with it.
Is swanky too out of date?
I have no idea.
It's certainly before my time.
Ah, this must be Melody.
Oh, Ms. Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and...
Oh, I know who you are.
Melody knows everything.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
What does Dr. Fairlight have anything to do with this? Why would you even bring up Yannick in the situation, Turing?
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case.
I don't think I understand this statement. Is this poking fun at Yannick? Is this, like, the implication is that for Yannick to be involved, that the research has to be so bad that it can only be supported by throwing money at it? Like, that Yannick makes bad investments? I get that this is a dig against Yannick, but I don't understand how. Oh, so it's not a dig. It's just saying... Wait, is it a dig, though? Or is it just saying that the only reason for Fairlight, the most likely reason for Fairlight to be involved was charity? That doesn't sound right to me, Senna. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think... I don't know.
Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
There it is! That's the dig I was looking for. Okay. You got it? Which one did I get? I've said a lot of things in the past 30 seconds.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Yeah, something like that, Mr. Gecko.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
Aha! Alright, she really doesn't like Yannick. That makes me like her better. I wonder if the trap was that maybe the bear would eat us? Pat is extremely confused by the possibility of eating us.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, He's on a diet.
He's on a diet! Whoa, this is such an interaction. This is great. Everything about this is great. Oh, Pat.
This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you.